But that Penny's gig was a rarity. I mean, we just didn't tour. We never performed the album live. Heaven 17 weren't a live band in any normal sense.
It struck us right from the outset that with the British Electric Foundation stuff, we were going to be spending all our time in the studio. And Heaven 17 was just the first of the projects. And I thought, I tell you what, MTV's just starting. We can service all the world simultaneously with video, all the different markets. And instead of spending money on tour support, we'll spend it on making good videos. And that's what happened.
All that kissing, no passion missing. Come live with me. It's the boys' goodbye. Come live with me. It's the boys' goodbye. Come live with me.
There was a slight sense of suspicion about live performance as somehow cheating, because you could sort of emotionally bully the audience.
And so in a way they stuck to their guns, you know. Going on the road was actually, it sounds daft now because everybody does it and even they've had to do it now, but it wasn't what you necessarily did. It was still a very banal system. And they were trying to find in their own ways, every way they could resist the banality of that system. And one of the ways was to say, well, we won't go on the road, that's boring.
I mean, also at the time, it was technically impossible. Well, or it would have been really, really complicated. We just couldn't do it live. We were a studio band, really, I guess.
But nowadays, 30 years later, you know, technology has moved on and suddenly everything's possible.
It was just one of those things, sitting in the pub, and we just remembered that it was kind of coming up for 30 years since our first album, and then you start to think about it and you think, well, actually, we've never played that album live, ever, not ever. We've played some of the songs from it live occasionally, but we never went out and toured that album. We never went out and played the whole of the album. Some of those songs I only ever sang once. So we were talking the other night, and we think it's a really good idea. He thinks it's a really good idea. I'm not quite so sure. About to play the album live in its entirety, because we've never done that, because we didn't play live at the time. We should do it really now as if it were then. Do you know what I mean? As if we were going to do it then, like in 1980. Yeah. We should make it kind of feel a little bit like that now. We shouldn't play anywhere that's like really too big. We should. I don't know if.
I know. I agree. I think it's good. Also, it kind of links back to the early Human League with the kind of projections and stuff that we did with them.
I just think it takes away from...
Oh, you just don't want to be upstaged. It's bloody lead singer.
Being upstaged. It's about... it's like having... I think it's like having the fucking telly on while somebody's playing live. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm up for it. I think we should do it. So whether it'll...
It's always like this with you. Always.
It's not always like this with me. I do fucking all sorts. You fucking know, and I'm not fucking getting on a space opera either. So that was it. We decided to do the first ever live performance of Penthouse and Pavement in its entirety. But now it's just me and Martin. Ian is just doing something else. He's just disappeared to do whatever he wants to do, and that's fine.
I think Ian just felt like he wanted to do something else. Good luck to him. You know, we love him. But, you know, we do miss him, and he, as a creative force, he was always, contributed greatly to everything. Yeah, we've even thought about maybe going back to just having projections in some theatres.
I'm not having projections.
No. All right.
Keep going on about projections.
Well, they're not as bright as the actual screen.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. We don't have to have anything, though, do we, really?
Yeah, we do. We absolutely do. It's done now, anyway. It's done. It's done. Don't even think about it. Just don't worry about the money. We'll sell some more stuff on merchandise. It'll be fine.
Well, if it works, it'll work.
I guarantee we'll nearly make money on this.
Can we shake hands on that? I do still love coming back here, though, always. And to be honest, you know, I've lived in London now longer than I lived in Sheffield. But I still see this as my home, and this is where my heart is, really. And I still say Bath instead of Bath. Grim, though, isn't it? It was important for us, I think, to do the first gig in Sheffield
We're all from Sheffield. It's a great town. It's a burgeoning town.
And to be honest, it's one of the hardest gigs you can play, I think, your hometown. But we wanted to kind of come and premiere it here, really. And it's just right. It's right. It had to be there.
I do believe that what we're doing does and will sound as fresh to people as if we'd done it at the time.
Penthouse and Pavement, it was a specific journey with a vision. I think that's why it's lasting.
It's essentially that Heaven 17, Sheffield electro pop hope for the future has come true.
Even though it was done 30 years ago, they still sound modern.
They predicted a future where that pop music would be everywhere, it would be smart, and it would not be about guitars and third-hand poses.
It's not just all nostalgia, it's just like, wow. You know, for people who've never heard it before, it's like, how could I have missed that? And for people who kind of didn't know it, it's like, see, told you that was a great album.
Glenn's incredible vocals, they've got some really cool songs and great production.
It struck a chord with people, and once it's struck, it always will be struck, that chord.
History will repeat itself. Price is right, we're near the hour.
The music has never been more relevant than it is today.
Just still sounds great, and the textures and the tones of it and the rhythms of it.
They're great songs, amazing voice, fantastic production.
I think you'd be hard pushed to tell what decade it was recorded in.
There was a real conscious thought in our minds that we want this to sound just as good and just as relevant in 10 years' time. Never thought 30 years, I have to say. We wanted people to play them year after year after year as good pieces of music.
It stood the test of time very, very well.
Look ahead on the screen, some perfect creatures and they're just 16. Their eyes meet, this is it.
Heaven 17? You tell me, I don't get it, right? Heaven 17. There's only 3 of them in the band. So how does that work? See?
Gives in their first encounter, their embrace within.
That's a fattest groove thing. What, taking a stance? We're politically PC. So what, standing up for fat people? Fattest groove thing? What's that all about? I just don't get it. I don't get it.
We are the geisha boys doing it wrong again.
Oh, the look. Smart guys, suits, double-breasted suits, really cool, short hair. Ultravox, do you get it? See? Ultravox. Nothing's new.
For the first time.
I'll use this bit, right? It's for them. Yeah, Penthouse and Pavements, yeah, brilliant, brilliant, really pleased to see it back out on the road live for the first time. How cool is that? It's fantastic. Alright, wish them the best of luck.
Here come the temple girls looking for
That much talent. That much talent. That much talent. Pathetic.
We are the geisha boys.